The reverse engineering that will be done here will depend as much as possible on locally sourced components. Our goal is always to minimize capital flights, conserve foreign exchange, grow the local production economy, and create sustainable jobs and skills for Nigerians. I am proud to say that these are still early days for us at NASENI. There are much more than we are working on and will be rolling out in the few months ahead, in line with our strategic launchpad, as well as Mr. President's Renewed Hope agenda. Welcome to the new NASENI. With this new center, NASENI is very well positioned to meet the demand for CNG-powered vehicles and CNG generators in Nigeria. Mr. President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to seize the opportunity to make 3 irresistible offers. First, Mr. President, we wish to convert all the vehicles in State House, as well as the Senate and House of Rep fleets, to CNG. We are asking for your approval to do this and showcase our capabilities. Secondly, we are offering to carry out CNG conversion for all ministries, departments, and agencies at cost. Third, this is specifically to 2 parties, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, as well as the Senate House and House of Representatives, the House. Following the Federal Executive Council award of contract for provision of street lights and solar-powered CNG backup generators on the Bill Clinton Drive, the road leading to Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, we are willing to make available our CNG generators for this lighting project as a test run. And we are hoping that you are happy with them and you come back to not only buy our CNG generators, but as well as street lights that we know every senator and every House of Rep member buys. So we hope you patronize NASENI street lights. Of course, I can't complete this speech without thanking my team at NASENI that have been very supportive. We've done a lot in 3 years, in 6 months. It feels like 3 years already. And of course, our partners, Portland Gas, Kia, the Senate, the House, Mr. President, they've been very, very supportive. It's not the same Senate that I've heard of. You know, we've received very, very warm reception, and they've always put us at the edge to deliver more. So indeed, NASENI is serious and ready and capable of enabling industrialization of Nigeria. We have kickstarted that journey under your leadership, and there will be no looking back. The new NASENI is here to stay, and I thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy the tower. Thank you very much.
Let's put our hands together one more time for the EBC and CEO. Thank you for what you have done in 6 months, repositioning, rebranding. We thank you. Somebody once said that technology makes what seems impossible very possible. And I also understand that NASENI is patterned along the lines of what happens in Indonesia, in Malaysia, and Thailand. And so what you're doing with your wonderful team is to make NASENI globally competitive. We'll adjust the program a little bit and have goodwill messages from about 4 people, and then His Excellency the President of the Senate will speak to us, and then we'll go on the unveiling. So I'll kick off the goodwill messages with the Honorable Minister for Science and Innovation for just 2 or 3 minutes. Honorable Minister for Science and Innovation, I'd like to welcome Air Chief Uche Nnaji.
Thank you, MC. Mr. President of the Senate, our dear Dr. Godswill Abayu, Good morning. I plead to stand on an existing protocol already established by our dear EVC, NASENI. Good morning, gentlemen and ladies. I am delighted to address you today at the official commissioning of NASENI all-in-one compressed natural gas, reverse engineering, training, filling and conversion center. This event marks a significant milestone in our nation's journey towards technological advancement and sustainable development. Since its establishment in 1992, at the forefront of creating a knowledge-driven environment that fosters the advancement of science and engineering. The launch of this state-of-the-art CNG center is a testimony of NASENI's ongoing commitment to these goals. It aligns perfectly with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, which emphasizes the critical role of science, technology, and innovation in Nigeria's growth and repositioning. The NASENI CNG Center is designed to be a hub for comprehensive training on the safe and efficient use of CNG technology. It will serve as a valuable resource for industry professionals, government officials, and the general public. By promoting the adoption of CNG as a clean and sustainable transportation fuel, this center supports our national objectives of reducing carbon emissions, enhancing energy security, and fostering economic diversification. The Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology is committed to supporting initiatives that drive technological innovation and industrial development. The CNG project exemplifies how we can leverage advanced technologies to address pressing environmental and economic challenges. This center will not only provide training and technical support, but will also contribute significantly to the local economy by creating jobs and enhancing skill development. As we celebrate the commissioning of this remarkable facility, I want to acknowledge the vision and leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, whose support for science, technology, and innovation in Nigeria has been unwavering. His directives to ensure that the outcomes of research and development enrich our national policies are instrumental in driving our progress. I also commend the Executive Vice Chairman NASENI, Mr. Khalil Suleiman Halilu, and his dedicated team for their hard work and dedication in bringing these projects to fruition. Your efforts in providing innovation and in providing innovative and practical solutions to our technological challenges are highly appreciated. To our trainees and all those who benefit from this center, I urge you to take full advantage of the opportunities it offers. Your participation and commitment will be crucial in advancing Nigeria's technological capacities and achieving our national development goals. In conclusion, this commissioning ceremony marks the beginning of a new chapter in our quest for sustainable development through innovation. I encourage everyone to support and utilize this center to its fullest potential. Together, we can build a brighter future for Nigeria, driven by science, technology, and innovation. Thank you all, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
God bless you, Honorable Minister. We thank you very much. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome here the Honorable Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris Malagi, for his own short comment. I welcome you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Your Excellency, our very uncommon Senate President, the representative of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Permanent Secretary, General Services, Dr. Mberi, my colleagues in the Cabinet. Let me abridge the protocol. I'm not a scientist, but of course I can communicate science. My role here is to let Nigerians know that what is happening here today is actually a fulfillment of so many promises. The first one is that the President said he's going to give opportunity to young people to participate in governance of this country. So the appointment of the Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of NASENI is in fulfillment of that, and we are proud that he is indeed representing the young people here very well. The fact that you have a young man like the Executive Vice Chairman sitting on the right-hand side of the President of the Senate of the Federation is a testimony to that. Second, let me say that this is also a fulfillment of another very big promise that the President has made. Recall that in October of last year, Mr. President made a commitment to Nigerians through the Nigerian Labour Congress that as part of the measures that the federal government is going to put in place to cushion the effect of whatever hardship there was as a result of the removal of fuel subsidy, that the federal government was going to commit money and effort in ensuring that the cost of transportation especially is reduced. Now, the federal government approved an initial sum of 100 billion naira for the take-up of the CNG initiative. That money was meant to purchase buses, provide conversion centers, and also put in place some conversion kits to enable Nigerians realize that. So what NASENI is doing here today is actually deepening that initiative of the President to ensure that indeed cost of transportation is brought down to the barest minimum. We all know that the transition that all of us are craving for from the fossil fuel to renewable energy is also being demonstrated here today. And I'm glad that the Executive Vice Chairman has thrown up a challenge to the entire executive and to the other arms of government by ensuring that they will do this conversion not just for the executive but also for members of the National Assembly at cost. I'm sure you heard that, Your Excellency, the Senate President. He said at cost. Now, that means it's not entirely free, but of course, it's also not going to make you to pay so much for it. Now, the President is walking his talk all the time, and that is why he has insisted that whatever promise he has made to Nigerians, those promises will be kept. What we will tell Nigerians is that at all times, some of these measures take a little more time for fruition, for it to come to fruition. So we want to call on all Nigerians to see the example of NASENI and to also to key into the programs and policies of the federal government as it makes this giant stride to the nation's prosperity that all of us so desire. So congratulations, NASENI, and Your Excellency, your presence here is also another testimony of the kind of smooth relationship that the executive branch and the legislative branch is having in this country. It's an uncommon relationship that you have instituted, and we hope that this kind of gesture from you and other members of the National Assembly will continue towards supporting our dear President to actualize his vision for Nigeria. Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. and please key into the NASENI project. Thank you very much.
The Honorable Minister hit the nail on the head that what NASENI is doing is very uncommon. How can it be common when you have the uncommon Senate President here? Everything must be very, very uncommon. From the days he has been the governor of Akwa Ibom State, and I told him this very clearly in Lagos. After Obong architect Victor Atta, this man is the father of modern Akwa Ibom. Amazing. So thank you very much, sir, for your national service. We don't know where the next assignment will take you to. But right now, Nigeria is enjoying you. Thank you very much. So Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a former senator, a former DG of NTA, one of those showbiz impresarios. If you know Shalimar in those days, he brought them to Nigeria, but he also lost technology. Distinguished Senator Ben Murray Bruce is here. I welcome you. Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister for Petroleum Gas, Honorable Minister of State, Honorable Ekperipe Ekpo is here with us. Where are you, sir? I welcome you. And Distinguished Senator Salihu Mustafa, Chairman, Senate Committee on Agriculture, is also here with us. I welcome you. Let me welcome the Honorable Minister of Gas, Minister of State for Gas. I hope you've been told that you're going to be telling us a few things in 2 minutes, because he looked at me with surprise. So I welcome you to the microphone, Honorable Minister.
Your Excellency, the Senate President of the 10th National Assembly, Honorable Commissioners, Honorable Ministers, the Home Minister, sorry about that, distinguished Senators, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today is a great day in the history of our country, Nigeria. And I salute the Executive Chairman for putting this together, the Minister of Science and Tech. We are keying into the dream of Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, like the Minister of Information mentioned. When he closed out on the oil subsidy, people were shouting, how are we going to make it? But we appreciate him for that bold step, that bold decision. He saw into the future, and he knows that the way of gas is the way to liberate this country. And when you look into what gas will bring about in Nigeria, you know that Nigeria is moving somewhere. I'm here because when you talk about CNG, you are talking about gas. And if gas is not available, you can't have compressed natural gas. So I'm here to declare my support to the Executive Chairman and to the entire sector that gas will be available. Mr. President, about a month ago, declared payment of legacy debt to gas producers, indicating that gas will be available at every level so that we can use it for the good of our country to drive our own economy. Yesterday, we were in Lagos launching a CNG project. When you look at it, the content of the entire thing, you will see that Nigeria is moving somewhere. The amount that you would have spent in buying petrol, the liquid, and then you use it in buying gas, it is very reduced. And it will take you a longer distance. So what you are putting out today is to encourage our people to convert from petrol to CNG, so that at any point in time, you have it and you can move the way you want to go. I see Nigeria moving forward, and I appreciate the initiative, and I want us to be patient with Mr. President for the decision that he has taken. It is for the good of this nation, it is for the good of our generation yet to come. So thank you very much, and I congratulate you on a day like this. Mr. Senate President, you are here is a demonstration of the fact that you are solidly behind Mr. President to carry out reforms that will help this country to move from where it was yesterday to a better tomorrow. I appreciate you and all others that have come. to identify with us in this very laudable project. Congratulations, and thank you, Nigerians. God bless us.
Honorable Minister in charge of gas, while he was speaking, I was actually looking at the MD of Portland Gas, Folajimi, and he was shaking his head and says, I agree totally, there will be gas for this project. So thank you very much. Let me also inform all of us and say thank you to Channels, NTA, and Silverbird for taking this event live. Well, we don't expect anything less where you have the Senate President with us. And so, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're now moving from the executive arm to the legislative arm, and we shall be inviting the House Committee Chair on NASENI, Honorable Taufik Ajilesoro. Did I get that? Ajilesoro. I welcome you.
His Excellency, the President of the Senate, the Uncommon Senator, distinguished Godswin Akpabio, the Chairman of Committee on Senate on NASENI, Senator Ezenwa Onyugushi, Honorable Ministers of Ministry of Science and Technology, and all others ministers here present, the Executive Vice Chairman of NASENI, and other stakeholders here present. Ladies and gentlemen, still permit me to stand on well-established protocol. My name is Honorable Taufik Abimbola Ajilesoro. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to the official presidential commissioning of the NASENI all-in-one compressed natural gas CNG, reverse engineering, training, filling, and conversion of this center, Utakol, Abuja. Today marks another significant milestone in the development of our nations, as His Excellency, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has given attention and support to NASENI to realize our renewed hope agenda, aimed at repositioning Nigeria through science, technology, and innovation. This center will avail Nigerians the opportunity to have access to comprehensive training on the safe and efficient use of compressed natural gas CNG and promoting the adoption as a sustainable transformation fuel. Also, it will generate employment opportunity for teeming unemployment youths. And I hope EVC, when you mentioned that there will be training going on here, I hope you will start by selecting the teaming unemployment youths across 36 states, including FCT, for them to be the first beneficiary of this project. To the Executive Vice Chairman and his team, I extend heartfelt congratulations on this milestone achievement. Your tireless effort to promote innovations, technological advancements in Nigeria are truly commendable. Your Excellency, sir, I want to assure you that the House Committee on NASENI will employ all necessary legislative instruments readily available for us as adopted in this 10th House of Representatives agenda to support NASENI towards achieving its goals in the area of legislative framework, appropriation, and duly oversight. Thank you all. God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much for that succinct yet very, very didactic goodwill message by the House Chairman on NASENI. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, I love that we are coming back to our own constituency, and it's on this note that I would like to introduce an astute politician and dogged lawmaker with a track record of quality representation. He is not only representing all the people of Imo East Senatorial District, he wears the cap of the Chairman Senate Committee on NASENI. Please join me to welcome the very distinguished Senator Ezenwa Francis Onyewuchi for his goodwill message. Please, a resounding applause. Thank you.
Thank you. The Uncommon President of the Uncommon Senate, my boss, I welcome you. Distinguished senators here, Chairman House Committee, honorable ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to be here. Today is another first from NASENI as usual. The launching of the CNG Center, Compressed Natural Gas Center. Let me quickly commend the clarity of vision of Mr. President in encouraging and setting up this CNG Center. Let me also commend the young and vibrant EVC for job well done, you and your team. You know, each time I commend you and your team, and I always put you under pressure. You have said that to deliver to Nigerians, and today I'm proud of what you have achieved. Thank you very much. You see, the beauty of it is that this is our area of comparative advantage, gas, and we're utilizing what we have. I want you to also know that I represent Imo East, and when you talk about gas, you talk about Imo. Imo State has the highest deposit of gas in Nigeria. And with what I have seen here today, my people will be very happy and proud of the achievement of the federal government and NASENI. So I want to commend you, EVC. I want to thank Mr. President for what we're seeing here today. You have talked about other centers, and I want to encourage you to set up other centers in respective states. That will create employment, and that will bring what you're doing closer to the people. This is another source of energy, and clean energy at that. So we can't go wrong with the CNG. So once more, I want to say thank you, well done. And the Senate committee will always be there to encourage you, to give you all the support, to make sure you are on top. You know, I promise you, you will always continue to be on top. We will encourage you to do so. Thank you, and God bless all of us.
Thank you very much, distinguished Senator Onyewuchi. We appreciate you. The Imo State, where you come from, is also very appreciative of what you represent. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker, who's our special guest of honor, representing His Excellency the President, has touched virtually every area of governance. If you say it's very hard for you to be a commissioner, he has seen it. He knows what it means. If you say, okay, it's difficult to be a minister, he has been minister. He has been governor that turned around the state, repositioned and rebranded. Today, he is the 15th president of the Senate of Nigeria, and in everything that he does is absolutely uncommon. Let me welcome here the President of the Senate, Chairman of the National Assembly, representing His Excellency the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please welcome here distinguished Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio.
The Senate Committee Chairman on NASENI, Senator
very distinguished everyone here, the House Committee Chairman on NASENI, the Executive Vice Chairman and CEO of NASENI, distinguished Senator Ali Mustafa, and other senators who are here present, honorable ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the permanent secretary in the office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Let me recognize a very intelligent lady, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Energy Resources, recognizing also all members of the National Assembly, past and present, by that introduction I'm referring to Ben Bruce. Ben Bruce, I'm happy to see you. The partners to that NASENI, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. You are hearing the voice of the Senate President for now. Very soon you will hear the voice of the innovator himself, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So since you are hearing the voice of the Senate President, God will have you, I'd like to just answer two questions only. The award-winning MC said Senate President has been this, has been that, and that we don't know where God takes him to after this. I would like to answer that after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I'll be retiring home to my children and my grandchildren. I'm praying that God gives me good health so I can retire well to my home after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's tenure in the next 7 years. And then, of course, the second one, debatable, is the assertion of the chairman of the Senate Committee on NASENI, who said that he represents Imo East, and that Imo State has the highest reservoir of gas in Nigeria. I said, well, I don't think you're a mathematician. We'll find out the entirety of the soil of our pipeline, from East Nobolo to if not everywhere. See, city gas, the same thing. With River State, the same thing. With Bayelsa. So, as to who has more gas, we would know. But since you've already accepted, we like the contribution of Igbo East and your gas towards this project. So I thank you, but just to correct you, that may not be totally right. So I hope the press will not take that. Now you hear the voice of the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Due to other state engagements, he holds this project very dear to his heart, and he has asked me to be here to represent him. And so I will go ahead to read Mr. President's speech. This is remarked by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, at the commissioning of the NASENI CNG reverse engineering, training, filling and conversion center at Otako in the Federal Capital Territory. It is my pleasure to be here with you today to inaugurate this multi-purpose CNG reverse engineering training, filling, and conversion center here in the heart of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. When I assumed office as president a year ago, I outlined the mission of our administration. This includes the need to promote domestic manufacturing and lessen import dependency. I made the mission statement fully aware of the boundless potential that our dear country has to become a continental and global industrial and manufacturing giant. We have the talents, we have the know-how, and we have the market. Today, our country is home to the largest single train crude oil refinery in the entire world. And this is just the beginning. A glimpse of what is possible if we are determined. And I must say that we are determined. The National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, is a central player in the attainment of that grand vision of Nigerian industrialization. That is why it was one of the first agencies of the federal government where we put in place a new management team last year when we came on board. I appointed Khalil Halilu, the young man we prepared, as I call him, as the Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, to spearhead our reform agenda for that agency. I am pleased with the results so far. I'm also convinced that if we get it right with NASENI, we will get it right with Nigeria's industrialization program. This is the federal agency that has the mandate and the platform to drive the science, engineering, and industrial efforts of the federal government of Nigeria. I am therefore delighted to be here, not just as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, but also as the Chairman of the Governing Board of NASENI, to witness the coming to fruition of this landmark project that is very much in line with the renewed hope agenda of my administration. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm aware that NASENI, under Halilu's leadership, has made it a priority to move from research and development of prototypes into delivering commercially viable products that will serve consumers in their homes, offices, industries, and farms across the nation. NASENI intends to be a leading national brand for high-quality and affordable technology products. It has therefore become imperative for all federal government agencies to fully support NASENI by patronizing its products. What we are seeing here is the fulfillment of the vision of the founding fathers of NASENI to create an institution that is relevant and useful to the everyday life of people and to the Nigerian economy. It is also gratifying that NASENI is prioritizing collaboration, not competition, with the private sector. Indeed, the role of the government is to enable a synergy with the private sector, not to compete with the private sector. That is why NASENI's collaborative approach is very welcome and is a model that all federal government agencies are encouraged to emulate. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our administration's presidential initiative on compressed natural gas, CNG, is a flagship program by which we are actively supporting a private sector-led rollout of critical gas infrastructure to drive innovation and industrialization in our dear country. It is also a major contribution to our vision of fully harnessing our country's immense gas resources as we transit to net zero emission as envisaged by our Energy Transition Plan, ETPL. Let me say that we are equally focused on the full range of energy options for powering the Nigerian transport sector. So in addition to gas, electric vehicles are a major plank of our overall strategy. Again, I am aware that NASENI is championing efforts in this direction with an ambitious plan to develop and build lithium batteries in Nigeria, working with foreign partners. We can and we will make Nigeria an African hub of the global electric vehicle revolution. Fortunately for us, Nigeria is blessed with abundant deposits of lithium ore, a key mineral in the development of electric vehicles and electric batteries. We are putting a lot of work on the way to the full implementation of the CNG, and this event today is a testament to the success of our efforts. NASENI's contribution to the development of technical and human capacity for converting engines to CNG compliance engines. This demonstrates that we are a government that not only points out where we are headed, but also tries to lead by example. As chair of the governing board of NASENI, I will continue to provide the oversight and overall leadership for the attainment of NASENI's strategic launch pad and its aspirations. We will transform this energy agency into a model of public sector excellence, of public-private partnership. On these notes, I will now proceed to inaugurate this new NASENI CNG reverse engineering, training, filling, and conversion center. God bless NASENI, its staff and management, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank you for listening.
We appreciate you, Your Excellency, the President of the Senate. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is how we'll run here. We'll take the national anthem here, and then the Senate President will lead a few people on tour of the facility, and then he will step out to unveil and cut the tape. These are the people that follow His Excellency the Senate President, all the ministers that are here, the representative of the SGF, everybody who's seated in front, including the SA to the President on Energy and the representative of the Inspector General of Police. Right now that we're here, can we have the national anthem, please? I noticed that the Gen Zs in the house can't sing it. Don't worry, it's a matter of time. You will learn it. Engineer Olugbemi, please join the people going on tour with the Senate President. EVC, please lead them. The rest of us, let's remain on our seats.
Mr. President, what we have here is a 4-liter engine theater that was provided at the center to hybrid. So now it's going to go to CNG as well as control. And we've done a test run less than 1/3 the cost of the stock in terms of the same results that it gives you. And averagely our cylinders for cars like this will take you around 420 kilometers. So having a place like Potako, people going to just at the neighboring space and we feel here, those shopping passengers can go and still come back. So that's why we have this strategic position for our company. And we'll proceed to our workshop where we'll show you how it's connects to Yes, like I mentioned earlier, it's less than 1/3. So it's not 40%, but even less than that. It's about 1/3. It's at the back. We decide to put at the back and also refill at the back for safety reasons, even though in some other countries you feel at the front. But understanding the context that we are and the environment, we decide to fill from the back.
Because is that corded mic there? Cord mic there? Cord mic.
Mr. President, I'm concerned that we can convert all Senate and House. So when we are converting, we try to do is to study components for repairs and fixing. We try to put priorities in producing them locally. For example, in our institute, we're able to produce this with our injection machines, and also the hose, we're able to produce them. And some of the wires we partner with wire cabling manufacturers where NASENI has invested. So now you can actually buy NASENI branded, cables. Yes. So consistently, what we try to do is the capital plot.
buses from PLS or diesel-powered cars to CNG. Of course, during that presentation, it wants to replicate this particular center in all the geopolitical zones of the country. So, if we use its current offices across the country, it has 10 as we speak. It has 10 innovation centers across the country. It uses those offices as pilots. It's also ensure it continues its transformation. NASENI is in partnership with two major entities to ensure that this center is up and running here at the heart of the nation's capital, in Tako.
What we are doing here, what we have here is a 6-cylinder engine. Consumption on this one, what we think here, the average here is going to have what we call a 60-liter tank engine. In terms of scuff, we divide by 3.2. So I average an 18 scum. Rule of thumb, average for every 1 kilometer, you can do about every 1 scum of gas. Ideally, if you do 18 by 18, let's say 336. But on average, we always advise 250 kilometers because of different driving habits in terms of traffic, what it is. But the beauty about what we have done here is that we've made it a hybrid system. A hybrid system so that as the infrastructure of Nigeria grows in terms of the gas pipeline, we can do it. With this, there's no need to worry whether there's no gas. The gas automatically, seamlessly switches over when it's running. When you find your next petrol station, you refill and then continue with gas. Now, a full tank of this would naira of this is going to 3,600 naira. And these So this is good savings. This is the time for us to start reducing greenhouse gas emission. And someday, we believe that Nigeria will be in the forefront of receiving carbon credits. Abuja, the President, the Senate, Senator Abuja, who ably represented Mr. President, is right now, as we speak, going around and looking at the facilities that are in this center. Of course, just shortly ago, you heard one of the partners of NASENI giving the Senate President and some dignitaries
a view of one of the capacities of one of the vehicles. It's a hybrid car. You can switch from PMS to CNG, and of course switch back as well. But of course, as the manufacturer itself, one of the key issues is that PMS is much more expensive than CNG. CNG is way cheaper and gives you way much more value. Of course, the VIPs have now left the center and they're coming back into the hall on their way to, of course, unveiling the plaque of this center officially, and of course unveiling the pumps that will fill the CNG vehicles. Of course, several of these VIPs are senators. You also have the ministers of science and technology. You have the minister of information and national orientation. You also have the minister of state for petroleum resources, gas, also in that entourage of VIPs. Subsidy on petroleum products. Right now, on your screen is
How are you?